Morning. Morning. Ooh, let me clean that camera off a little bit. You guys must think I work in a gravel pit or something. Ah, that's better. No, I don't work in a gravel pit. I was contemplating life this morning. We're in the middle of milking right now. And then I heard some little noise over here. And I thought, ooh, I better check on that. And I come over to check, and what do I find? Little Winston. This is Face's calf. So he was born last Wednesday. So what's today, Tuesday? All right, we're coming up on a week old. Yeah, you need something. You need something. So the way this works is we grab the calf as quickly as we can after he's born. In this case, he was able to suck off Face a couple of times maybe. Like the very first day I had him in this little enclosure, he was not interested in milk. And then when you go over to this device right here, it's a chore to get them to take it. You have to back them into a corner and then pry their mouth open and stick it in, and it takes them a couple minutes to get it, and it might take them several tries to get it. But I think today he's got it. So this is getting fun. I'm fighting the urge to be a content creator. What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a content creator. I'm not. But if I was, I would have a nifty little quip in the title, and it would say, "We exist, why?" And that's what I wrote, because that's what I was thinking. And I'm thinking there's a bunch of reasons why we exist as human beings. But this morning, my reason is to feed Winston. That's my reason for existence. And I'm going to do that. And I think he's going to be receptive to this. So I'll try it out. I'll turn it around here. Now I got the ball. The idea is that I don't have to wrestle him for it. I just put it out here like this, and he'll come over and get it. Here it is, boy. Come on. Come on. Oh, he sees it. Because we really want this so we can fill the bottle and then drop it in a bracket. There he goes. Look at that. This is literally the first time I haven't had to hold him. So he's getting it. He is getting it. This is great. And see, what I'm doing is I'm resting it on the fence because you'll see he's going to do this thing. I call it spearing. I guess some people call it bunting, where he's going to push. And if I were to have this bottle up against my chin, I'd get a pretty good push. And now he's going to push, and his face is going to hit the fence. So we want to train him not to do that. But he'll be on this bottle for, a couple of weeks, and then we'll get him on a bucket. But we feed him milk, his own mother's milk, for about 8 weeks. And then we transition him onto grass or hay, depending on the time of the year. But to illustrate his bunting or pushing or spearing, whatever you want to call it, I will tell you a story, true story. How do you know BS? You know it by when it's preceded with, hey, true story. But this is a true story. Look at this. I'm sitting back in my chair doing this. This is glorious. But true story. I have another calf named Covey. He's out there. He's a full bull still. He wasn't castrated because we think we'll sell him as a bull. He's 100% Jersey. Somebody might want him. But I was doing this with him, only he was on buckets. And his bucket was... And so the way it works is the bucket will be out there, and I come out with a 5-gallon bucket. I was feeding 2 calves at the time. And I leaned over to get his bucket to turn it right side up. And he speared me in the side, just about 6 inches below my armpit, right in that rib cage. And it wasn't a sharp hit, it was kind of a pushing hit. But what it did is it dislocated my ribs front and back. And there was nothing we could do. You just had to live through it and sleep up against a pillow for about a month or better. It was like having broken ribs, which I've had several times. See, that's it. He's done. He got that whole thing. Well, 3/4 of it. And that's enough for him. So he'll get this twice a day. Twice a day. And just like any baby, as soon as he eats, he wants more now. He thinks he wants more, but he doesn't need more. As soon as he eats, he will curl up inside there in the sun, and he will sleep until 5 o'clock this afternoon. And his belly will wake him up, and then he'll start making noise. And I will have a bottle ready for him. Kids named him Winston. Kids weren't around when Winston was a cigarette. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. But he's a good boy. He's nice and healthy. He is 50% Guernsey and 50% Jersey. So he's going to be a really nice bull. Myself, I like the bigger breeds. The Jerseys are the smaller breed. I do like them, but I think for where we live in the north, and we've had both. You know, we've had the small breeds and we've had the big breeds. I think the big breeds do better because they can carry more weight. And then when it's cold, they can burn some of that fat and stay vital. We have less problems with them. Of course, we don't have many problems to speak of. The only thing is the calcium problem that we have in Jerseys right after they calf. And I'm not sure why that is. I think there must be a reason, but nobody told me yet. So I'm waiting. But for now, the protocol is the day that they calf, you give them a tube of calcium, and then first milking, you give them a tube, and they're out of it. They're out of the woods. So we will do that from now on. It's a tube that looks like a caulking tube that costs about $8. It's got gel in it. And you just put it in their mouth and push it down there with a stick. Push the end of the tube with a stick, and it just shoots into their mouth. It smells good, so I think it tastes good. And they just swallow it. And once you do that, there's no problem. I know we got new people coming in all the time, and people think, oh, you should leave the calf on the mom at least until he gets his colostrum. I just gave him his mom's colostrum. I just gave it to him. He's actually going to get it for 2 more days than he normally would because she runs out of it. So she's officially out of it today. We kept her milk yesterday and tried it, and it still had a lot of colostrum in it. So that goes into something else. Some people really like that for the health benefit. And so it went into something else. But her milk today will be going out the door. But you get the calf away from the mom as soon as possible. That way the calf doesn't bond to the mom, and the mom doesn't bond to the calf. Like when I took this calf from Face, He had been with her for about 12 hours, give or take. And we brought Face in and milked her. Face went back out and went right to the hay pile. Not a peep out of her. And this calf came over here, laid down, went to sleep. Not a peep out of him until a full day later when I came out with a bottle and had to figure out how to get it in his mouth because he couldn't figure it out. See, now he's... See, I need to get out of here so he can go to bed. Okay, Winnie boy, you're going to be all right. But if we leave the calf on the mom and then take him after a week or 2 weeks, then there's trauma. And the mother's milk production drops. She gives us the side eye because we took her baby. The baby will be in here, won't sleep because he's distressed. And so all around, it works better to take the baby instantly. If this calf were going to be staying on this farm, which he probably will, but he'll be castrated and he'll go out with the steers for beef. So he'll be here for a couple years. It's better if he's bonded to me than his mom, because he's eventually going to be separated. So let's say we separate him at 6 months old and he's 500 pounds and a full bull. You are not going to contain him. You're not going to contain him. But right now, he's happy because he's here. He gets to see us. He gets to get his bottle. And so long as he's content, he's just waiting for his next bottle. That's it. So there's no fence jumping. There's no aggression. None of that stuff. He will talk to me for about 30 seconds. And then sleep will take over. And the next time I come over here, he'll be curled up fast asleep. That's just how babies are. They eat and sleep. Eat and sleep. All right. Anyone can farm.